feel life every day, yeah. As my rise, me say I pray, yeah. The sunshine shining on me face, me tongue the most high, feels great, yeah. As me jump out of me bed and me open me bird and me start to breathe. I know me physical self, but me spiritual self for me I go free. Some boy want me dead with gunshot in my head, but that me not pray. Cause Jesus guide me from my enemy. Thank God for life every day, yeah. As my rise, me say I pray, yeah. The sunshine shining on me face, me tongue the most high, feels grace. Me not trying to make it seem like life is easy. Sometimes life get hard like mathematics, believe me. I never KFC on a Friday, but Satan busy. But me not study that because she's a sweet in my life like a sweetie, yeah. Ooh. Say I pray, the sunshine shining on me face, me tongue the most high.
See me, hello. So long you not see me, when you see me, I will take it away. So long you not see me, when you see me, I will take it away. So long you not see me, woman said they were feeling me, promoter said they need me. To mash up the place, to rip up the place, so come music don't steal me, and the power reveal me. Some woman claim that they dream me. I swear. So long you not see me, when you see me, I will take it away. So long you not see me, when you see me, I will take it away. I miss all the commotion and all the promotion and crossing the ocean and all the celebration and all my friends together at one location. I swear. So long you not see me, when you see me, I will take it away. So long you not see me. So long you not see me, when you see me, I will take it away. So long you not see me. So long you not see me. Woman said they want feel me, promoter said they need me. To mash up.
At the University of Woodford Square, the People's Parliament, and the official parliament, my friends, is at the back. You can see it. But this is the place known as the University of Woodford Square. My friend Trinidad and Tobago, I am here once again to plead to the government of the day to think again, to kindly make an intervention, kindly turn around from the position that they hold when it comes to paying the healthcare workers, the RHA workers, the 10% that was promised by their union and the government in the lead up to the elections, my friend. The RHA workers have been told by the Minister of Finance on 2 occasions. At one time, he said they cannot get any money because it would be an illegal act. In another release from the Ministry of Finance by the minister, he said that the protection that those civil servants, public servants, would have transferred across to the RHA with was a temporary thing, short-lived, and as such, my friends, he cannot dispense, or the government cannot give us any monies, my friends. But the information that was shared by the minister was also supported. In fact, we first heard it from the president of the TTRNA or TTNNA when the president of the PSA would have completed her signing. He then declared to nursing personnel and the rest of Trinidad and Tobago that the RHA workers, including nursing personnel, have been left out, my friends. And then we see other prominent persons in newspapers giving their comments and adding to the thing, but none of it is in the positive, where the healthcare workers is entitled to that 10%, just as the public servants are entitled to it, my friends. Well, as I said, I am standing in the People's Parliament. This is a place to tell you, walk with your facts. My friends, what I have in my hand here, I'll take a good look at it. We have the Parliament behind, and we have the Parliament in our hands, my friends. It's Parliament. You can't get more Parliament than that. This is a report from our Parliament by the Joint Select Committee of the 11th Parliament for the period 2016-2017 that treat with the RHAs, particularly the Southwest Regional Health Authority. I would share with you, and I said the third report, right? I will share with you the members of that committee. Committee members or committee membership. A gentleman by the name of H.R. Ian Roach. He's the chairman. Miss Ramona Ramdial, member of parliament. She's the vice chairman. Former Minister of National Security and former Prime Minister, even though it was short-lived, a man called Stuart Young, member of parliament, I think it was somewhere in St. Anne's, Port of Spain, east or north. A gentleman by the name of Darrell Smith. He's a member of parliament. He's also a member. Our next gentleman by the name of Faris Al-Rawi, member of parliament, a member. A lady by the name of Jennifer Batiste Primus, a member. Mr. Nigel De Freitas, a member. And Mr. Daniel Solomon, member. My friend, this parliamentary committee seemed to be, it appears as though the membership is made up of an extract of what the whole of the parliament. I suspect there is somebody here that would represent those on the independent bench or benches. Right, so these are the names of the committee. And this is the report. Trinidad and Tobago, this is the report and the findings of this committee in the year 26, the 11th Parliament between the sitting 2016 and 17. So I'm going to share with Trinidad and Tobago and my nursing friends and colleagues And all my friends in the RHA, my friends, RHA workers, all of them, I want to share with you what this committee, our parliament, would have decided in this said matter that the Minister of Finance and other persons are now declaring it as illegal. My friends, that's a real strong word, you know, to pay RHA workers, monthly paid RHA workers, my friends, the 10%, 10 to 15%, as the Prime Minister would have said, it would come up to about 15%. So I'm going to share with you from page, I will start at page 13. There's a piece of page 13 of this report with Trinidad and Tobago. And hear what they are saying, or would have said. With the absence of a recognized trade union, the RHA monthly salaried workers, the RHAs, S they know, boards, another S, have all agreed to adopt the civil service classification and compensation plan. Now remember, we are not civil servants. In fact, a lot of people suddenly doesn't know who we are. Sometimes we doesn't understand who we really are. Who are we? But hear what all the RHAs, my friends, all the board, because we are not civil servants. We are neither public servants. Whatever we are, whatever they feel to call us on whatever day. But hear what they have adopted to govern us. Now we are being paid from the public purse, from the treasury, taxpayers' money, just as the civil servants, the public servants, whatever name you want to call them. We are being paid like that. Government money, and we are involved in treating with the public of Trinidad and Tobago, my friends, and the care and well-being of the public. But we are not public servants, we are not public officers, we are something else. So hear what our government, or when governance was taking place, the parliament, hear what they came up with. We, the RHA workers, with the absence of a recognized trade union, the RHA monthly salaried employees, workers, the RHAs is boards have all agreed, my friends, to adopt the civil service classification and compensation plan, whereby allowing all monthly salary employees to benefit from increases in salaries and allowances whenever negotiated between the PSA and the Chief Personnel Officer. The salary ranges refer to job positions as outlined in ranges 4 to 68 of the classification and compensation plan. The Southwest Regional Health Authority adopted classification and compensation plan in the year 2003. In the year 2003, my friends, the RHAs came into being, the Act came into being in 1994. And they had this problem. These people that we bring across and we hire, it's no union or recognize you. How we go treat them? And one of the things that they adopted the mechanism that govern the civil service, my friends, including the compensation plan. That is what the RHAs would have adopted, and it was being reinforced in the year 2016, 2017 by our parliament, the Joint Select Committee. Now, I'm going to read, that's our piece on the page 13. I'm going to read something now from the same committee, page 14. You may have heard me speak about page 14. And I said, like a gun missing it in the car, my friends, I have found it. And let us now read and listen to what it says. So, hear what it says. The regional, my friends, is, you see this? Trinidad and Tobago, every nursing personnel, every RHA worker, this is your business here. You want to know why you're not getting any money? And if you will get, this year is your business. Regional health authorities, monthly salary employees. This why reading here, it's something a bit unbelievable. Hear what it says, my friends. Regional health authorities, monthly salary employees need only to satisfy the conditions as stated above in order to enjoy the benefits. Get this part here. Therefore, negotiations for increased salaries should be linked to productivity. Bargaining, hear this part here, my friends. This is the part I want to let you hear. So bargaining does not apply to the RHAs and by extension, the Southwest Regional Health Authority. It's no bargaining, my friends. This is our parliament making this declaration. Hear this here? Including the Southwest Regional Health Authority. Since, they tell you why, don't come here with no bargaining thing. Here why. Since there is no recognized trade union to engage in collective bargaining. And, my friends, since the RHAs, now I want to listen to this part here. Don't miss this part. Don't miss this part here. If you're drinking something, put it down. Rest it on the ground. Hear what it says. Our parliament is speaking to us, my friends. Our parliament, made up of both the opposition, independent, and the government of the day. And hear what they are telling us and telling Trinidad and Tobago, including the present government that is in office. Since the RHAs have adopted the Civil Service Classification and Compensation Plan, that's what they do. All right. Every negotiated salary increase between the PSA and the CPO, the Chief Personnel Officer, listen to this word here, my friends, will, what is that word? Will automatically, I can't make up this, my friends, will automatically transfer to salary employees of the RHAs. Sit here, my friends. I think that the people on this committee, I think they are all alive. They're still alive in this country. They are alive and living in this country, and they would have put this report together. I didn't write it. We did not write it. This is a government document. This is our document. This is our protection. RHA workers. Since there's no union with RMU, even up to 2016 and 17, my friends, the government and the parliament has committed themselves that there must not even be negotiations. Don't even attempt it. Just transfer automatically anything the PSA and the CPO agree to. These people are entitled to it. It is an entitlement, my friends. Look at here. It's in that building there, you know. That building. See that building there? Where our laws are made. Yeah. And adopted. Yeah. And agreed. Yeah. And here we have RHA workers having the protection of our parliament, my friends. Totally opposite to what the finance minister would have said. And he didn't say it once as a mistake. He said it twice to deliberately mislead, to deny the workers the promise that they would have made, that when they win, everybody will win, including the healthcare workers, RHA workers, everybody who are also members of the PSA campaigning to ensure that this government came into office to pay the 10% that they were promising, my friends. This is right here. Where between 2016 and 17, where Mr. Dave Tanku, the Minister of Finance, can you kindly produce one piece of document to support the claim that you have made in the public space, Mr. Minister? We are asking and begging, Mr. Minister, you would have made that statement twice. It can be found in this press release by the Minister of Finance, my friends. And here we see him side by side with a man called Edie Stewart in a picture here. Page 6, Saturday, December the 13th, people. You can go and check it for yourself. He made two statements without any documentation that he can point to support the claim that he's making, my friends. One of them, in these articles, he said that those public officers, public servants, who would have transferred with all their terms and conditions, including their union coming across with them, the PSA. And I myself was one of those persons who would have worked during the period 2014 to 2019 alongside nursing personnel and all other categories who were hired as monthly paid workers in the RHA that had no protection except the coming across and the PSA, and also parity, my friends. Parity. Look at here. So we have the minister. I don't even want, partner, listen, this gone beyond dishonesty. It is low. It is low, my friends. Low. As a minister in government. As a minister in government, my friends. one who, when they speak, people expect that they will speak the truth. You will be so comfortable to speak that kind of untruth, to deceive the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and to give the impression as though the people in the RHA have no protection, and since there are no protection, as though they are nobody, my friends. What kind of a nasty people, nasty-minded people we operating with here, my friends? I am now going to read for you, my friends, the very RHA Act. Now, you can't put these two statements together about the RHA and then check the RHA Act. Then you're supposed to just resign. If that is what happened. If you say, well, listen, I didn't check the RHA Act, then Mr. Minister, you and your whole team must resign. So I will not take it that the minister will do such a thing, make such a statement on more than one occasion and did not read or check the RHA Act. And if in fact he did check the RHA Act, then it is clear after we read, I'm going to read it, then it will be clear to all of us that what he would have done in the newspaper and in the release was not an accident. And let us read it, my friends. This is the RHA Act here. Kind of old. But the writing's still good enough to read. Under the heading Miscellaneous, 31. My friends, listen to this. Subject to any written law. Any written law. It means this gone beyond even what is written, my friends, in the Industrial Relations Act. Hear what it says. Subject to any written law, employees of an authority who have transferred from the public service shall. Now, that's a nice word there. We read one way, it say will. We will receive. This one you're saying shall. For the purpose of collective bargaining, continue to be represented by the relevant representative association that formerly represented them. And the PSA, the Public Services Association, in transferring their members out of the civil service, my friends, a lady called Miss Jennifer Baptiste Primus, if I remember well, was the president of the PSA at the time. And at this time, I want to thank her. I want to thank her and the PSA, my friends. Because I am sure when they were putting this together, they could not imagine that a government minister, supported by a whole government and a prime minister, would come up with such misleading information to deny the workers, including the very workers who have been transferred with the right, with their union coming across, my friends. So he said it is temporary. He cannot produce any document to support the claim that it is temporary. The act, I am reading the act, and no change has been made in the act. So then it was a deliberate attempt. I don't want to say lie, my friends. I said I just talk and see all kind of thing, and it mightn't be factual all the time. So, but to sit down and make two releases like this, my friends, the minister must come to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You don't want to apologize because people don't apologize these days, you know. And explain to us, produce the document, produce any document he have in his possession to support the claim that he would have made back to back on the 12th of December and on the 13th of December in the Guardian newspaper, my friend, in an attempt to deceive and to deny the nursing personnel and the RHA workers what rightfully belongs to them, my friends. The back pay, the increase in salary, the increases in allowances that have been denied. That is what they voted for. They voted for that. And now, they're telling them like they don't even know who they are. Who are you? Who representing you? Where's your union? Yeah. You could imagine that? You could imagine that, my friends? The RHA Act. Yeah. The Joint Select Committee. Yeah. A man called Siot Young is also part of that. Former Prime Minister. His name is in this report. And a lady called Ms. Jennifer Baptiste Primus, who was instrumental in the VSEP transfer, or if you want to remain in the public service, you're free to do so. That was what was offered to civil servants / public servants when this package came up, my friends. And Jennifer Baptiste Primus, it so happened, ended to be on the Joint Select Committee, where the exact thing that she would have dealt with made full circle and met her in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago on the Joint Select Committee, my friends, to further enforce and ensure that the protection that she would have put in place remain. And nothing has changed, my friends. Nothing has changed except some wicked people, advantageous and nasty-minded people end up in governing our country. And that is why we are in this position at this present time. There's no documentation that the Minister of Finance or any minister could produce. None to support the false claims that they continue to make daily, my friends, to avoid paying the workers what they promised. They said that they will find the money. And the workers, they believe them. We believe that they will find the money. Yeah. Where's the money? Where is the money? Ms. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, you being the Prime Minister of this country, you is the one who was actually making the promise. Where is the money to pay the workers? Where's the money? You promised the workers that you will find the money on more than one occasion, my friends. Rather than come and say, listen, at this present time, we get problem to find the money. They choose to lie and attempt to deceive the workers. Yeah, that is what they choose, my friend. A deliberate attempt to mislead the workers who were looking forward 2 days before Christmas. Yeah. 2 days. Yeah. Nothing for them, the children, the family, the household, nothing. Because they are non-existent. And the voice that they're paying their monies to stand up and represent them, having all the rights on their side, he joined. In fact, Edie Stewart, the TTNNA, TTRNA, my friends, when Felicia Thomas would have completed the signing, he made a declaration that the RHA workers, including nursing personnel, have been left out, my friends. Have been left out. That is what you call a union leader seeking the interests of his members, my friends. That is leadership for your money. That, my friends, is leadership for your money. You could believe that? You could believe that? He said, big announcement. Well, nurses gone running, crying, bawling, screaming. Up to now they can recover from that. The union leader actually made a false declaration, my friends, saying that the workers that he represents, the nurses, not just them alone, and the RHA workers have been left out. What it is I have read here, which part of that support the claim that Edie Stewart and the Minister of Finance is making, my friend, or has made? Tell us. Tell us Trinidad and Tobago. And he's collecting persons union dues and comfortable doing it. Yeah. Even after, because we probably didn't know, you know. Not because you're a union leader, I don't know everything. One thing I don't know. Even after, because I am convinced that in fact, my friends, I had a wonder. There was a live I did on the same matter. Yeah. Calling on Edith Stewart to do the right thing. Yeah. When that was finished, a while later or whatever, he did call me. Because I always say that he is my friend. He is from St. Anselm. Oh, he called, he said, Preston, and we talk for about an hour. I said, Edie, let this negotiations go, stand up and fight to make sure that 15% that your membership have been looking forward to, even though you, the one who weren't instrumental in bringing it, do not deny them. And I also told him, I said, on the next negotiation, partner, I am coming and join you, and anybody in need, you will get them on board. I told him that. I told Edith Stewart that. Today, 2 days before Christmas, nurses, my friends, just be working shift. You see, when you rest of Trinidad and Tobago home, they're going to work Christmas night, Christmas day, Christmas dedicated, short staff, all the pressure. They find a way on the work. Sometimes they're sick. When they're sick, they get punished. They get punished when they're sick, you know. When a nurse falls sick in the regional health authorities, they punish them, you know. You might say, Preston, what crazy talk you're talking? Well, I wouldn't talk that now. What I'm here to do today, my friends, is to sensitize the nursing personnel, the RHA workers. I just want to let them know, you all have the law. We have the law on our side. There's no need to protest. There's no need. What we will be doing, we will be taking the right that we are in. We are standing in the right and making it a wrong. You know why? The very union that you're paying, my friends, have decided not to stand with you in your pain and your hurt and your disturbance and your suffering. They've decided that they will distance themselves from any talk about any sick out, any staying home. Yes. When they were supposed to stand up with you because you were in the right, and the government would have misinformed and used information that is not true and factual to stand with you and now put your union dues to work for you. What have he done, my friends? What have he done? He don't even have it inside of him to stand, even at this time, to let the government know, listen, you have done and it's doing a wrong because you have no documentation to support the claims you're making. How can he do that when he was the one who started the information that is not factual, my friends? That is our union leader. Trinidad and Tobago, today is a kind of nice and special day for me. I just come to spend all time, all 20 minutes, half an hour, so that the staff, I know there's talk about staying home. I know that people that save up the sick leave for this time because you just can't get relief when you go to work. You just can't get relief. So you don't spend time the whole year with your family. So some person that save the sick leave so that they could take the sick leave and that kind of thing. And that action must never be viewed. It's not the nurse's fault. If they stay home and submit a sick leave, it's not their fault. Good. So my friends, I would have shared with you once again I would like the members or persons who are listening to this to ask. I am sure there are those persons who are aware of the names on that committee that I would have mentioned. Please contact them and ask them to kindly make an intervention, because what I'm telling you here, my friends, this is total advantage. This is total, it is unlawful, it is advantage. It is advantage to people who does not deserve that at all. This year, what this government has done, and it's advantage, my friends. Advantage. And it didn't start with the RHA workers, you know. Don't feel the advantage start last week when the negotiations finished. No, my friends. It started when they came into office, my friends. As soon as they came into office, that is when it started. Over 70, 65, about 60,000 persons, our citizens, who were employed day by day, struggling, but they're going to work. It's not much. The CPEP, the URP, they dismissed them in a callous and wicked way, without any concern for their well-being and their family, my friends. On top of that, all the contract workers, dismissed them. And now, after lying and saying that these people is gangsters and ghost gang, and it's ghosts, up to now, 9-8 months later, they cannot produce one person, and they have all the names. Wicked and evil people, my friends. So it's not just the nursing personnel that this has happened to or is happening to, my friends. They would have lied during the campaign, and the people accepted it, thinking that it was the truth they was talking, ignoring the general facts that was being shared with them, my friends. Say the government, they my government, I supporting them. I struggling 10 years. And you know, I recently saw in the newspaper where the Minister of Finance is saying that trying to paint a picture as though the economy that he inherit, we was able to pay the back pay, which is a total untruth. Because let me tell you something, my friends, they have deliberately left out two groups of people that is entitled to that money. And that group of people or persons are those who would have retired. They're entitled to it. They work the same period and they're entitled to it. Why didn't get them it? The money is theirs too. Those persons who would have worked and they have taken no pay leave. How does no pay leave deny you? How can a government or anybody take no pay leave and you would have worked a period and supposed to get benefit just as those who did not take no pay leave? But they're telling you can't get the money. What back pay they pay? What back pay they pay, my friends? Lies. Yeah. And he's speaking about, well, we didn't go to the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. My friends, in the first 6 months, if so long, $1 billion US 600 million went missing from our reserves, from the treasury, my friends. And not long after, 400 million US was discovered missing from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Up to now, the minister cannot answer to the people of Trinidad and Tobago what happened to that billion US, my friends. What happened to it? But he's talking about he did not go to the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Trinidad, what kind of people we dealing with here, my friends? Cheese and ages. Trinidad and Tobago, the Standard & Poor's or one of them Moody's or one of them, they came not too long. And they say our country is over the cliff, going down in the drain. Big heading in the drain. Dave Tanku and Kamla Prasad Bisesa have taken our country from a stable position in 2024, June, Guardian, my friends, I can't tell you the page. You will see where the IMF sent a report here, and after their findings and their research, and they declare under Dr. Keith Rowley and the PNM that the country was on a path of steady growth for the first time in 10 years. Stability, not just stability, growth. 3 months. 3 months they came into office, my friends. Yeah. And all fall down. All. Yeah. And they want us to walk about this country pretending like we don't know what's happening. And when you question them, they tell you about your visa or your visa or whatever they want to call it. Some visa or visa. You can imagine that? That is the type of governance, my friends. That is the type of government and governance that we would have chosen. Years ago, a man called Patrick Manning said that Kamla Persad Bissessa was unfit. A man called Basdio Pandey declared her unfit. A man called Satnarai Maharaj declared her unfit, my friends. And a man called Pundit Persad, I can't remember my first name, also declared her unfit. They all knew, all of them knew that she's unfit. Just look around. Just look around, my friends. This is our country. This is our country. What has happened in space of 7 months or 8 months? Trinidad and Tobago, yeah. Our Prime Minister continues to lie on our CARICOM neighbors. Lie just so openly. Lie. Like like lying is like when they talk, they lie. When they're lying, like the truth they're talking. Yeah. That's kind of government that we end up with, my friends. So Trinidad and Tobago, my colleagues, my friends, I would have shared with you nothing that I've made up here. And my friends, I just have peace side. I will just share with you this here. Because when they're talking about RHA workers, somehow I believe that it's only nurses as RHA workers, you know. Yeah. My friends, it have the registered nurse. Yeah? It have the registered mental nurse. It have the enrolled nursing assistant. It have the mental health officer. It have the psychiatric social workers. Let me read some of them things for you. It have the rehab aide. It have the hospital attendant. It have the social worker. Beside the psychiatric social worker, it have the social worker. It have the clerk, the human resource officer, the tailor, the seamstress, the occupational therapist, medical record officer, the pharmacist, the pharmacy technician, the building supervisor. It had the cooks, 1, 2, and 3, whatever 1, 2, and 3 mean. Wards maid. It have the maid, maid 1. It have dietitian, dietitian assistant, stores supervisor, telephone operator, logistics supervisor, security supervisor / manager, medical orderly, radiographer, physiotherapist, phlebotomist, lab technician, mortuary attendant, and the drivers, ambulance drivers, the drivers, and they're just part of the grouping, the people that make up the RHA workers throughout Trinidad and Tobago, my friend. Thousands of workers. There's no union. There's no union in Trinidad and Tobago. Not even one, even apply to represent these workers. And as such, based on the report, the Joint Select Committee report, confirming the document that Felicia Thomas would have sent out, explaining to the to the RHA workers that they have not been left out, my friends. They have not been left out. So it's just the government have decided to ignore what Felicia Thomas would have signed and go out and tell the people with the help of the TTRNA, TTNNA, untruth about the matter, my friends. Untruth. So Trinidad and Tobago, you see all these workers here? They are people. They are the people. When you go to the hospital, the health centers, the rehab institution, the psychiatric clinic, these are the people that makes up the team that manage our health sector and was managing before the COVID, during the COVID, and still doing it here, my friends. Trinidad and Tobago, have a blessed evening. I want to tell you thanks for allowing me to spend this time with you, and God bless. I am just asking if persons could contact members of the Joint Select Committee so that their voice could also, not just on paper, in fact, we can call at this present time on Ms. Jennifer Baptiste Primus to kindly come and share with the public, with the RHA workers, as you, Ms. Baptiste Primus, was very instrumental in the transfer, the VSEP, and whatever else benefit, including the RHA Act, that part that says that we coming across and will be protected, that the Minister of Finance said it was a temporary thing. I think the position that Ms. Baptiste Primus would have held both in the Parliament and as the President and one who was directly involved, I would not say she has an obligation, but we are inviting her. We, the healthcare workers, is at this present time is inviting Ms. Jennifer Baptiste Primus to kindly intervene on our behalf. Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. Have a blessed season, Christmas. People, let me tell you this. So long as it have homemade bread and soil in the house, well, you could leave me in the house and go Venezuela. Only have a blessed evening and keep good. I am here. Thank you.